Welcome to this is the Center for Bigger Ideas with Idika Imeri. Welcome to our episode today. In our teaching today, I want you to take note of what I'm gonna say. Don't die with your ideas. Don't die with an unfinished business. It's a good thing that actually our center, our institute is called our Leadership Institute for the training of both corporate and church leaders, both the business world and the church world is called just one name, Center for Big Ideas. It doesn't mean that Mr. A has sung a music, has played a music with so and so theme or topic, that you cannot sing music that has the same trend, thematic pattern, etc. If everyone were to say that because Mr. B already has a real estate business, there's no use. How do you think that B will be able to provide business in that area to all the thousands and millions of people? The only thing that I am against is when people just want to go into an area of career or a job or specialization because everybody goes into it, like they do in some Asian countries and some African countries, because it looks good and sounds good and the pay is good to work in the oil industry, or to be a medical doctor, or to be an accountant. Attorneys, lawyers used to be lucrative in those days, but not really. Then suddenly it became lucrative for people to drive an SUV, a Jeep. It was a Mercedes first, then become a Toyota, then now it's SUV. In some African countries. Now it's lucrative to be an actor or an actress, or to go into production or writing, screenwriting, and those kind of things. Now that everybody rush into that. It became lucrative for people to open spiritual houses in those days. So people open spiritist houses. That's what I'll call it. Churches, in quote. Just for money and for fame and for power. Then it became lucrative for people to become politicians, to be in position of leadership, where they can make policies and implement policies for everybody else, irrespective of what the citizenry think. So people go into that. I remember an Indian mom from India telling the son, why are you a novelist? Why do you go into writing books, stories? Is that what you're gonna eat from? You should have been a medical doctor so that people will need you. God. See, that's how they think. And they forgot that the young man or the young woman who finished his education and opening his own shop with a little gas station, that the doctor, the dentist, and the attorneys and the bankers will come to his shop to buy icy, to buy coffee before going to their job, to buy toilet roll to wipe their butt, to buy what is it? Suddenly they discover in their house that they ran out of milk and egg. They go to that shop. See the way we think? So one-way thinking. And what does this one-way thinking produce? It produces people who die with their ideas. People die and are buried with ideas that would have been so relevant to all of us that it would have helped humanity to advance a little bit more in our civilization. You go into some certain places in some nations, you see he's being a sports star. Baseball, basketball, football, or soccer. And that's what gives people money. So every youngster works towards being in that way of life, in that, because it gives money quick. And in some cities, small and big, it is being a pimp or a drug dealer or being a whore or something. Sorry to use that word. Anything that gives quick money, people want to go into it. And what happens? It injures society when people think that way. Because at the end of the day, it deprives this world of individuals and their talents and the great specializations, and they die with it. Why do you want to die with your music? Because you were rejected by one production person or people? Does it mean there are no other? Try the other ones. And have a better perspective and attitude about yourself. Give it energy. Look at the life of Jesus. It was full of overpowering energy, overpowering ability from God. Have you asked God for such an overpowering, immense ability so that your giftedness will be of use? Because if you just come down there, it's not going to work that way. Put energy into it. You look at all this, what do we call it? You look at the country musician, the rock and roll musician, hip hop, rap artists. Many of them sing good music. Many of them sing very bad music. But they put energy into their rhythm and lyrics. And so if people are not going to listen, at least they'll dance. If people do not want to dance, at least they'll listen. And it sells. Where is the energy you're putting into your work? Don't die without us hearing your voice. We want to hear your sweet voice singing. Leave us a music before you depart this earth. Don't take it to your grave with you. Leave us a book, because you were born a writer. Write us a book. I want to read your book Don't die with the manuscript in your belly. You were supposed to be a great car maker, an inventor of new cars. And you died with all those designs in your mind, in your soul. What a shame. And you are buried with it. I'll tell you something. Not even your dog will come to your funeral. Not even your cat will come to your funeral if you die with your gift. Fear is one of those things. And you complain that you lack money? Ask, great people were not born with money. But they found ways to cooperate with people and were able to produce their giftedness. You're starving the rest of us. We are waiting for the big idea that is going to come from you so that we can have better yielding crops. Don't die with your idea. That's not right. You could have been the best basketball star, the best boxer, the best taekwondo star, the best athlete, the best sports person, football, soccer, basketball, name it, baseball. And because someone annoyed you, and because you cannot stand someone telling you what to do to bring you out, to bring that best thing in you, so you decided to go and sit in jail, decided to go and sell rocks, as though that's the best thing in life. Have you ever sat down to think about how many lives and families you've destroyed by your greed and by your laziness of not wanting to contribute, of not wanting to let us enjoy the things that is natural about you? Many of you are born teachers, like I am. And look at the kids in your street, need to be encouraged. And you are not there for them. Who are going to be the next teachers to encourage the next generation? Who are going to be the next advocate? Who are going to speak and empower people and motivate people to become the next, the best, the big ideas in business? Who gonna make the next professors? Who gonna form life and not just give knowledge? Sweetie, big bro, do us a service. We want to train you, and life wants to train you, so that we can enjoy what we don't have, that only you have. We want your gift. There are things and giftedness you possess that I do not possess. And don't die with it. Don't end up in jail with it. Because you are doing us a disservice. Disservice to your family, to yourself, to your group, to your class, to your race, if that is important, to your country and to this world. There are many of you who are great artists, great painters. You can paint. You can take a sweep at a human being and go down there and sit down on a canvas and paint that person. And you are not doing it. You think it's a waste. How are you going to make money from that? How are you going to make money by telling a story? How How are you going to make money by being a builder of a house, an architect, and all? It's a wasting of time. It's not a wasting of time. That's how humanity has developed, have moved from one paradigm to the other, from one epoch to the other, through stumbling lacunas, stumbling gaps here and there. When once you begin, the beginning will follow you. Now remember this, when you begin to trust God with your life, God will begin to trust you with his life. And then the giftedness in you will begin to shine. You could have been the one that owned that shop. Why are you still working for somebody in his own shop when you should have been the one providing jobs for the rest of the people out there? You're still living in somebody's house when you should have been the one building houses and renting to the rest of the people. And you are so much afraid. I don't blame those who say that the poor are poor because they are afraid to venture out. And that's true. When are you going to begin to let go of your fear so that at least some of us can enjoy your giftedness? You are complaining that there are too many people in that field. That's why you do not want to be in that field. Man, I want you to contribute your idea in that field. Because there are things that others have not yet talked about. They have not yet spoken about. They've not yet written about. They cannot think to the level that you can think. There is something that you alone brings into the drama. There is something that only you alone can bring into perspective. Only you alone. Your kind of thinking, the way you think about it, the way you go about it, that's what we want. There are some of you who are sitting back there criticizing pastors and prophets and apostles, criticizing all these church people. And yet, it is someone like you who should have been in that position. Yet you allow thieves and robbers to occupy the house of God. And you sit back to backbite and criticize them. Shame on you. Shame on you when it would have been you who should have been a senator or a representative in the house or a governor. And you sit back to watch the thieves go in and occupy those positions and protect the interest of their cliques and clubs and groups. Shame on you. And then at the end of the day, you want me to attend your funeral? I'm not coming. I'm not coming. And I'll tell your dogs and your cats and your animals, I'll tell your friend not to go. Because you died with the manuscript. You did not show it to anybody. You didn't look for no help. Sick. Sick. I want to enjoy you before you die. I want to enjoy the view that you bring into the issue. Please don't die with your giftedness. Do not die with your idea. Bring it on. Like Seal the musician said, bring it on. It's about time. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on, bring it on, bring on. Don't die with your ideas. It's not fair.